Aaron Katursky, our senior investigative correspondent, who's also been talking to law enforcement sources on this. And Aaron, a big part of the conversation in the last half hour or so, since we've been getting more information, is whether or not this was some kind of assassination attempt. What are you learning from your sources?
While it's certainly not being confirmed as such yet, I can tell you that officials who've been briefed on the situation in Pennsylvania are telling us here that they are investigating this now as a possible assassination attempt. The sources told ABC News live rounds were apparently fired from outside the security perimeter, which may help explain the dynamics at play here. And we know that magnetometers were in place for the event, but it's believed one of the angles of investigation now is that live rounds were possibly fired from outside the security perimeter, and that's where the investigation stands at the moment.
And Aaron, you have also been to a lot of these different events, not just various political events from former President Trump, but also his court hearings in New York and the security measures that have been in place at each and every one of them. Talk more about the typical response and how law enforcement would prepare for an event like this.
The planning for these events is always evolving, and it is sometimes months, if not years, in the making, especially for a planned event like a political convention or some kind of rally. And this is what the Secret Service does on a daily basis. And I know colleagues have talked to you about the heightened threat environment and how that environment is dynamic. It's been elevated ever since October 7th, and the political climate in the country has certainly made authorities concerned. We don't know anything about what may have factored into all of this, of course, so this is still very early, but this is now being investigated as a possible assassination attempt, and the suspicion now is that live rounds were fired, apparently from outside the security perimeter.
Aaron Katursky, thank you. And once again, to our viewers who may just be turning in, wondering what's going on here, this incident happening in Butler, Pennsylvania. This was supposed to be a major rally for former President Trump ahead of the Republican National Convention. There were hints that perhaps he might select a possible running mate in the next 48 hours or so. So a lot of attention was on this specific event. And then we heard from witnesses and from our Rachel Scott, who was inside the venue, who said that they described the repeated popping sounds that sounded like gunshots. Then you see in these images and the videos the Secret Service swarming around the former president, who reached for his right ear as he went down behind the podium. Those Secret Service agents then forming somewhat of a human shield over him before escorting him off the stage. And here you see in these images when Trump got up onto his feet, there were cheers from the crowd. He started pumping his fist as that blood started to trickle down from the top of his right ear. And again, from the district attorney in Butler County telling ABC News, and this is the only source so far that we've had about the shooter being killed and a possible bystander and maybe another who was also injured in this shooting. But the district attorney giving us that information, saying that they were looking into this right now and told that there was chaos out there as they were investigating the next steps in this case. So once again, if you're just joining us, the former president spokesperson tells us that he is fine. He is safe right now, but no information in terms of an apparent injury, although we did see that blood in some of the photographs that we've seen flash across the screen here.
Hello, folks. Welcome back to the Carlos Cruz Show. Hope everyone's doing well. I just want to let you know this is a interesting story we have going on right now. Just learned that someone had tried to, assassinate the past president, Trump, which I condemn. So whatever your political beliefs are, violence should not be used. It should not be thought about. It should not be brought up in any conversation. This is a really strange political climate right now, but does not leave room for violence against any candidate or their family or associates or friends. I humbly condemn this. I condemn this to the highest degree. Um, Violence has no room. There's no room in politics for violence. Um, it's just if you don't like someone, um, their beliefs or whatever the case may be, especially when it comes to politics, then you know, leave them alone. Just feel bad about it. Talk about it amongst yourself or whoever you agree with, but don't take violence in your hands against any person because you believe differently than them. You know, just don't do it. Um, it's totally wrong. And I heard that the Secret Service had actually fired at this guy. So the person that attempted to assassinate him was killed. We don't know how many people were involved right now. They're still investigating. But what we do know right now is that looks like he was grazed on the ear. Um, and this happened in Pennsylvania. Good job to the Secret Service agents involved. Um, th- there hasn't been an assassination attempt on a U.S. president, I believe, since Reagan, I believe. So that was 40 years ago, something like that. Um, so this has actually made U.S., history, in the fact that, this is an attempt to take the life of a U.S. president. Um, you know, we all have differences, whatnot, but don't resort to violence to sort out your differences and things. I just think that's completely um wrong. And I can only imagine what his family was thinking. His son is watching all this. Um, I know they say that politics is a dirty business, but this is really, really it's a little um it's a little insane. I don't know who else got hurt. More details have been sort of coming in. But I just want to do a video in regards to this because this is very, very this is absolutely nuts, and it's disgusting. So what we know so far, one life has been lost, and I believe that's the shooter. And I think another person got injured. I don't know if they were um, Secret Service or they're just sort of part of um, the audience that's there. I was wanting to, if you like my content, please support me. Um, and this is, I think if you can see it, my my Cash App. It is. It's also in the description. $sign Carlos Santiago Cruz. Um, so if you could definitely support me, that would be very much appreciated. Um, you know, that'll be good. And that's the the QR code for it, and that'll help support my channel and my cause. And also it's my Venmo and my Cash App is in the description as well if you like to support my channel. That'll be very, very nice. I wish everyone a good Saturday evening. I'm gonna be doing more videos. I just have to make sure it's a good subject and make sure that it gets edited. Okay, so I just don't want to put garbage out there. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm in good health, going through some changes right now. But you know, life isn't over. Try to keep your head up and stay strong. All right. Thank you. And have a good evening.